In this video, we're going to talk about how to do a turn. Basically, we've got a lot of intermediate people coming to us and they need some tips on how to start doing their first turns and linking their turns together. And so what we're going to do is just go through that in this video. We've got a really good example here of Ethan Ewing doing some nice forehand snaps on this wave at J-Bay. That's where the tour is currently at this point in time. Um, so if you're an intermediate surfer and you're finding that you're going along the wave and you figured out that it's really hard to actually go up and down the wave or to learn how to do a cutback or a top turn. You find that you just can't turn the surfboard, or you keep bogging rail as you try to turn, or maybe you just lose balance. This video, we're just going to go through a couple of little quick tips here. The first lesson that I want to teach you is where you look is where you go. Now, the most important thing where you're doing turns when you're surfing is your head will always direct the rest of your body and your surfboard in the direction that you want to go. So you can see here, Ethan has gone to the bottom of the wave, and the first thing he's done is a bottom turn. Second of all, he has started to look at where he wants to go, which is up here, and he wants to go up to the top of the wave and to do a top turn. Now, there's a lot of other things that I need to teach, but in this video, we're just going to go over eyes and where you look is where you go, because it's probably the most important thing with doing power surfing. So you can see he's looking up to the top at where he wants to do his turn. The next thing is, as he gets closer to that section, he then redirects his eyes and starts to look in the other direction, which he wants to do a top turn and come all the way back and back around to the foam. And so he's commenced his eyes in a direction. He's started to direct his eyes into the direction he wants to go to surf. It's pretty simple stuff, but it's very underrated in its effectiveness. Now, if you want to do a really tight top turn like this one, he's already starting to look back here. If you can see that, boom, he's looking back here at back his track at where he wants to go, back to the foam. And of course, he's done a really sharp top cut back there. Now, for you intermediates, what I want to do is just say that when you start to learn, you need to just get used to doing your S's and going up and down the wave. So what I want you to do is to come off the bottom, come all the way up to the top, and then look back down to the bottom of the wave, and then your body will lean over and your board will get on rail, and you'll turn back down to the bottom of the wave, and then look back up to the top, and then look back down. And that's what I want you to focus on as you're learning to surf and to do multiple maneuvers on a wave. You first need to be able to link a bottom turn and a top turn together. And as you get more and more comfortable with that, you can start to sharpen up the maneuvers and to do sharper turns on the steeper sections and do less sharp, more rounded turns on the fatter sections. Now, this one's super sharp, very steep section. So that'd be more after you've practiced going up and down the wave a few times first. Now, this section here, the wave was super tall, and it was really leaning up against him, but he doesn't decide to do as sharp of a turn this time. So you can see that he doesn't look in that direction. He doesn't look at such a sharp apex back here to start to do that sharp turn. He's just looking way down here where my head is, and he goes in that direction. And then he starts to look back, straight back down the bottom of the wave, and that's pretty much where he goes. And that's probably a more advanced version of what you're going to learn to do. So if you're doing your bottom turn, you're looking up to the top of the wave, you'll automatically turn and look into that direction. Obviously, it's not 100% automatic. You do need to try to turn like you have been. However, I will say that if you do look up really tight, so as in straight up, and you look straight up to the top of the wave, you will turn more straight up and go in that direction. If you look out towards the shoulder of the wave, so out over here, you will go in that direction, so you won't go straight up. So as surfers learn and get more confident in their top turns and bottom turns, they decide to surf more vertically, more top to bottom, as in they look straight up and they look straight down when they do their maneuvers. Like Ethan Ewing is on this one right here, he's looking straight up, and of course his board goes directly straight up, and then he looks straight back down again to go straight back down. Now he pulls it all the way out into the bottom, gives himself space to go up, And you can see that he's looking out in this direction, and so he goes out in that direction. He doesn't want to do a super sharp, straight up top turn here. If he had to look straight up, he would have been up here. Instead, he's way out on the shoulder just here. And so then he decides to do more of a rounded top turn, like a snap, carve, snap. But he's not looking to bring it back here and do a really sharp snap and slash it right back to the foam. He just wants to do a carve, like a down carve, and then come back down and then to see what the rest of the wave has, because obviously the wave's peeling off pretty quick and there may be a barreling section here at J-Bay. And so he goes straight back onto the face of the wave. So that's what I wanted to explain to you is top turns and bottom turns. Practice doing your S's and going up the wave and then down the wave and up the wave and down the wave. And the way you're going to start to do that is to look up and look down. Once you're close to getting to the top of the wave, you need to start to look down. Don't wait till you're already at the top of the wave before you look down. So if you see here, this turn, he's not at the top of the wave yet. He's only halfway up the wave. So he's halfway up pretty much, and he's already starting to look in the direction that he wants to go. So he's already commencing that, because it takes time for your board to get into that position to actually start the turn. It takes time for your body to go, okay, we're turning this way now, and then to lean and use gravity to get on rail. It takes time. It takes about a second or two, depending on how fast you're going, because the more buoyant the board is, the harder it is to get it on rail. So give yourself more time and space, and also come deep off the bottom to give yourself a bit more time and space too, to go up more vertically as you get more advanced. However, that's what I want to go over. Where you look is where you go, and it's super important. This is just an overview of how it works. If you want video analysis and coaching, direct coaching, head to our website, www.surfprecisionacademy.com.au. And we have video analysis. We also have our academy, so you get access to a full range of courses. You'll never get through them, there's so many. And you also get direct access to the coaches anytime you want, which is included in the original price. And then you also get, you can send your videos through, we'll analyze them as well. And it's sort of, you become a part of our academy, and you get mentored by us and the coaches, and we drive your progression forward. It's the best way to have your videos reviewed and critiqued. And you can also reach out to other members of the academy and get collaborative support from them, and also to reach out directly to the coaches as well. And also, obviously, you've got some really, really in-depth courses that are designed for you to learn exactly what you need to learn to get to the next level. So check it out, and we'll see you in the next video.